It is not easy for me to study with Teacher Fang, Master Zhang Jia, and old layman Li Bingnan. They can teach me with sincerity and compassion. Why should I? When you talk about my educational background, I can tell you very clearly that I graduated from junior high school and didn't study much. During the anti-Japanese war, I always fled. These are all contemporary heroes. People of great wisdom and great virtue. Why did he teach me? So loving and caring for me. I have no other abilities, I am sincere to the teacher, and I am obedient. With these two conditions, he was selected. The attitudes of the three teachers are almost the same, and they set aside time to teach me alone. I was not allowed to go to school to attend lectures. If I go to school to listen to lectures, wouldn't Mr. Fang save a lot of time? Why would he give me 2 hours every Sunday and teach me alone? Afterwards, I will be very, very grateful to him. He protects the Dharma. He protects me, for fear that I will mess up my mind when I meet many teachers and classmates in school, and listen to many miscellaneous theories. If it gets complicated, he can't teach. So he doesn't allow me to approach these professors or meet these classmates, and teach alone. When I came into contact with Buddhism, it was the same when I met Master Zhongjia. Master Zhongjia also taught me one thing. He gave me 2 hours every Sunday. In his small living room, it was also one-on-one. For 3 years as a day, my foundation of Buddhism, it was laid by his old man. When I came into contact with Buddhism, it was the same when I met Master Zhongjia. Master Zhongjia also taught me one thing. He gave me 2 hours every Sunday. In his small living room, it was also one-on-one. For 3 years as a day, my foundation of Buddhism, it was laid by his old man. Later, when getting close to the old layman Li Bingnan, it will be even stricter. Besides of his lectures, anyone who preached the Dharma was not allowed to listen. Reading Buddhist scriptures and other texts is not allowed without his consent. Not only that, I studied philosophy with Mr. Fang in the past, and studied Buddhism with Master Zhang Jia for 3 years. He said, "I will never admit it. You enter my school and learn from the beginning." I was restricted for 5 years and decided to abide by it. I have no other strengths, I am honest and obedient, so I studied hard for 5 years. To be honest, I followed his method and got benefits for half a year, and I felt deeply touched and had less delusional thoughts. You can't hear anything, you can't see anything, and you have fewer delusions. After less delusions, wisdom increases, that is, smarter than before, hearing things clearly and deeply. Seeing things is also different from before, with a little wisdom. I am very grateful to Mr. Li. He asked me for 5 years, I doubled, and I kept him for 10 years. So when I lectured on the podium, I completely followed the rules for the first 10 years. After 10 years, I could do whatever I wanted, everything went smoothly. People ask, where does his wisdom come from? I really met the worthy protector, he protected me, and I was willing to abide by it. The foundation is well established. You don't have this foundation, how can you do it? The teacher is kind. Over the years, I have worked very hard to spread the Dharma internationally, alone and without an assistant. So every time I go back to Taiwan, I will go to Taichung to see the teacher. Every time I visit him, I will remind him. Teacher cultivates a few more students, we have helpers to spread the Dharma outside. The teachers all nodded. Yes. It is important. I said it about 10 times, and finally the teacher told me, "Find students for me." After the old man replied, I didn't dare to say it again. Why? Can't find this student. I know, I can't find someone who is as honest as I am, obeying 100%. So I don't dare to talk about it later. It's impossible to find. Where do I go to find it? Later, in Washington, D.C., the United States, I met Huang Nianzu, an old layman, and I really met a bosom friend. The old man has promoted this sutra all his life. And I have also promoted this sutra. This meeting brings infinite joy, and it is really like old friends at first sight. I brought the history of this sutra in Taiwan and told it to the old man, Huang Nianzu. We discussed the hardships of Sha Lao's assembly and the hardships of spreading the Dharma. Huang Ninlao advised me that the Pure Land Society was advocated by Sha Liangong, but it was not established in China. He hoped that I would start the Pure Land Society in a foreign country. Therefore, our Pure Land Society was initiated and advised by the old layman Huang Nianzu. We have this fate overseas, and he is very happy to establish Pure Land Society everywhere. It's not easy to do this Dharma protection, honestly.